And speaking of stupid people doing stupid things, I want to bring some of the international viewers, especially, once again, up on our local American news. I know some of you may have heard this, but it just briefly, just some news briefs. Irony. The NRA is having its convention. You know, the NRA, the only people who stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Everybody should have as many guns as they want, any kind of guns they want, and be able to carry guns anywhere they want. Right? That NRA. The vice president, the junior buffoon, the sidekick to the main fucking moron, Mike Pence, is speaking at the NRA convention. The Secret Service, the professionals, the best security force in the world that is trained and is charged with the task of protecting the most powerful man in the world, even when it's Donald Trump. The Secret Service says you can't have guns while the vice president is speaking at the NRA convention. You can't even make this shit up at this point. Even the Secret Service knows it's a better idea to not have a lot of guns around when you got important people, because somebody might shoot them. And that it's probably less chance you're going to get shot the less guns you got in the immediate vicinity.
A good guy with a gun could take down a bad guy with a gun, unless that good guy is someone you care about. Then, you just don't want guns around.
But you know what? Here's the scenario. If this was a Hollywood movie, then some bad guy with a gun would shoot the vice president, but then a good guy who smuggled a gun in would shoot the bad guy, and they'd both end up dead, and the guy who shot the bad guy would become the new vice president.
No. The guy comes in, kills all the Secret Service agents. So now it's just the vice president and him, and then it turns into like a bizarre midnight run kind of buddy film.
So anyway, I want, by the way, I know the NRA, I know our friends, the Loesches, Dana Loesch and her husband, Snidely Whiplash. They're fans of the program. They listen every week. I know that because, obviously we've talked about them in the past. So if they can pass any of this on to any of their friends, I'm going to talk about their friends for the next couple minutes. But anyway, Mike Pence, vice president at the NRA convention, no guns allowed at the gun convention. It's a gun-free zone at the gun convention per the Secret Service because they don't want Mike Pence to get shot. But then that means that when he leaves, everybody else can bring their guns back because they don't give a fuck about any of the rest of you. That's what that means. Everybody saw, folks, for the international community, once again, everybody saw here in America, but you hopefully don't watch Fox News outside our borders, so you wouldn't have seen Donald Trump, 30 minutes, melting down, calling in like it was one of those FM radio talk shows in the 70s where he was really fucking high at 4 a.m. He called in and melted down on Fox and Friends to the point where they were trying to cut him off. You could see the looks on their faces. My God, this man is mentally unstable. We're learning about this for the first time on live network television, that this man is fucking crazy. How do we cut him off? He's stooging himself to the world. That's what Bill Maher said. It looked like Rain Man ate a bag of Coke, right? And so just everybody do yourself a favor around the world if you want to know how stupid he is, but especially if there's anybody still within the sound of my voice, I hope I've run most of them off, that voted for this fucking clown. Go back and find it on the internet, watch the whole 30 minutes, listen to it. Tell me he's stable. Tell me he has a fucking clue what he's talking about. Tell me he knows tell me anything. Tell me anything you can tell me otherwise than, my God, he really is a fucking lunatic.
You could also do it the other way. Watch it on mute and just watch the faces of the three idiots on that couch who desperately want to be his cheerleaders. It starts off with big smiles. By the end of it, they all look horrified.
No, by the end, one of them, well, thanks for calling, Mr. Call anytime. Like trying to give, shut up. Who cannot see this at this point? Who cannot say, even his own staff knows he's an idiot. John Kelly knows he's an idiot. Rex Tillerson knows it. Why have we never heard ever in American political history that all the guy's staff was calling the president an idiot? Because it's never happened before until we got an idiot for a president. That's why everybody's leaking, because they're so embarrassed that especially for the people who actually work in government, knows how government works, that this idiot is involved. They are leaking because they can't imagine what's going on and how a complete amateur is in charge of this shit. And his own staff knows he's an idiot, except for one. I have come to the conclusion, Brian, that there is one genuine, legitimate person in the Trump administration, Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
No.
She is genuine. She is legitimate. And I'll tell you what, because you heard the White House Correspondents' Dinner, they had a comedian, and I didn't think actually comedian Michelle Wolf, I had not seen it, but I didn't think she was actually that good. Right? I didn't think she was actually that funny.
They should have had Michael Wolf, the guy who wrote Fire and Fury.
Yeah. They should have had anybody that knows her personally, probably, but they should have had me. because here's the thing. Her feelings were hurt. They said it crossed the line, blah, 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 blah. You know what?
She didn't say anything. I went back and I watched it after the fact because I read everything like, oh, she said these horrible things. And I was like, oh, it sounds great. I got to hear this because I hate Sarah Huckabee Sanders. And I've said it before. I don't think there's anything wrong with shaming bad people. So I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be great. She went Rickles on her. And then I go there and it's like nothing.
No.
Nothing.
It was funny and it wasn't stiff enough. She didn't say, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, you are the love child of Uncle Fester and Demi Lovato. She didn't say that you're the perfect blend of Wednesday and Pugsley Adams. She did. Think about this now. Because here's the thing. But now everybody's going to go, now Cornette is a sexist and he's going to be horrible. He's going to talk about this woman's appearance. I've named her in the past the hard-on assassinator. She is the most unappealing human being, not female. She is the most unappealing human being walking the face of this fucking planet. I would rather fuck an albino porcupine with leprosy than have sexual congress with Sarah Huckabee Sanders. And it's not it's not just physical. Like you said, there's no harm in shaming bad people. Well, here's the thing. It's not just what makes her ugly. What makes her so fucking ugly, she looked like she fell out of an ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. What makes her look just less attractive than a mud fence is her personality and her soul and her heart. Why? And I know Sarah doesn't listen to the program, so maybe Dana Loesch can fill her in. But I want to tell you, Sarah Sanders, why you're so unattractive. Because you have taken a job willingly where you go out and you lie to every single person in America about the most important things in their lives, their health care, their taxes, the laws that they have to live by, every single fucking day on behalf of a goddamn complete idiot. And you not only do it under duress, but you do it willingly, because even though you deliver all of your fucking information with the fucking thrill of a goddamn second coat of paint and the fucking energy of a goddamn 7-watt bulb, you still have those little snarky asides and those little digs and those little tirades you go on where you talk about the Democrats and the liberals and you mainstream media. You believe in that shit. You're the one genuine person in that administration. Everybody else knows he's a fucking moron. Everybody else knows he's an idiot, and they're just trying to get ahead. But you believe it. You do that job with relish, not only unattractive relish, but relish in your heart. You like lying to people. You like spreading that bullshit because you're just like your father, that Mike Huckleberry. You're a goddamn religious goddamn religious nut. You're a goddamn religious nut. Right-wing conservative crackpot that doesn't believe that anybody ought to have any fun or have any joy in their fucking life. That's why you're so fucking miserable. You like to start the day off with a smile to get it over with. If you cracked a smile, it'd crack your fucking face, Sarah. You don't want anybody to fuck anybody they want to fuck. You're just like the people in Saudi Arabia. You don't want anybody to fuck around with the people they want to fuck around with. You don't want anybody to do with their life what they want to fucking do if it pisses off God. And you want to talk about people's rights and freedoms, but only when it comes out of a cowboy movie where you're allowed to carry a fucking gun, instead of when it comes to rights and freedoms of people being able to live a fucking happy life and fuck around with whoever they want to fuck with and all that other anti-God stuff. You're a miserable person, Sarah Huckleberry Sanders. You have a sour disposition, and you're fucking totally uninspiring of any goddamn warm feelings whatsoever because you're a fucking frump. So it drives me insane that they think that this woman is the person to disseminate a message. Well, actually, that this guy probably is stupid enough to think that. He rewards loyalty. She's blindly loyal, obviously. But I'm not being sexist to talk about how fucking fat and ugly she is, because it's obvious to anybody with a brain. But part of the reason it makes her fat and ugly is not her physical appearance, but her mental standing and what's in her heart and her personality and her soul, which is blacker than Harlem at midnight.
It's that side talk too. Like she talks out of like the side. Like every now and then, it's just like I can't even. I can't do a sound of it. But
maybe I don't know. Maybe she's had some type of fucking physical infirmity. But good fucking God, I don't know. But
she looks like Grimace from McDonald's.
I can see that. Possibly a little Shrek-ish in her future. But anyway. So I just wanted to clear that up. I don't think they went after her nearly enough, because she's the one out of the bunch of them that I think she really believes that shit. And she's the one that would drink the Kool-Aid.